What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV online video. In today's tutorial we're going to talk about Chocobo racing, how to level up your Chocobo the fastest, go through each of the attributes and what they mean, and which feeds of course to give your Chocobo. So to access Chocobo racing, all you need to do is head to the gold saucer, which is unlocked at level 15, head to entrance and card squares, speak to the lift attendant in that area and he will take you down to Chocobo Square. From there you just need to head over to the NPCs in Chocobo Square and they will have a quest for you. This quest will lead you to Brent Branch Meadows, who will give you a racing Chocobo. You simply bring it back to Chocobo Square and register it as a racing Chocobo and you are good to go. Now there are two main NPCs in this area you want to pay attention to. It is the Tack and Feed Trader and the Race Chocobo Trainer, and I will explain those in a moment. But before we do any of that, it's important that you hit the start button once your Chocobo is registered and go down to Gold Saucer. Now here, if you click on Chocobo, you can see a list of the attributes and parameters that your Chocobo has. Now I'm actually going to explain attributes to you in the reverse order because it's much easier to do it that way. Now Cunning, you don't need to worry about this or upgrade this at all. What Cunning is simply the ability that your Chocobo has to resist the damages and effects from other players' attacks. But seeing as you're playing against NPCs 99% of the time in this game, you don't need to worry about upgrading Cunning. I myself have done hundreds of Chocobo races, won many of them, and never once looked or upgraded the Cunning statistic. Stamina is the amount of energy your Chocobo has in a race. Endurance is the amount of stamina that your Chocobo can use before getting the lathered status effect. Acceleration is how quickly your Chocobo can reach the top speed, and max speed is obviously that top speed. Now race abilities on the right hand side that you see here are purchasable items that you can equip to your Chocobo. At the start on your first Chocobo you will only have one slot available, and as you get more Chocobos later in the game you will have more slots. Underneath that you can see the training capacity. I myself have 4 sessions available. So now I'm going to explain to you how to do those training sessions and how to apply them. So first we need to speak to the Tack and Feed Trader. So if you go to the Tack and Feed Trader here, go to Race Items, and you can see here some grade 2 and grade 3 feeds. Now you will always want to purchase the grade 3 feeds as they give you the maximum amount of training possible, and choose which statistic you want to increase, whether it's the speed, acceleration, endurance or stamina. So I myself want to buy a feed for endurance, so I'm going to go ahead and buy that now. And once that's done you need to simply bring it over here to the Race Chocobo Trainer and click Race Chocobo Training. Now from there you just simply click on the type of feed and it will tell you what the upgrade is going to unlock you. Click Commence. Now in exactly the same way to get a racing ability, all you need to do is once again speak to the trader, but this time you can select from Chocobo Training Manuals 1 and 2. Now I can tell you straight away the best one to unlock is in Chocobo Training Manuals 2, and you want to look for Dressage 3. And the reason why is this gives you a 30% XP boost, and this will get you the highest amount of XP per match. Simply go ahead and buy that training manual, and once you have it, speak to the Race Chocobo Trainer, and this time you want to click Teach Racing Abilities. Once you click Teach Racing Abilities, you'll be able to do the same as the last time and apply that training manual. Your Chocobo will only be able to have one training manual applied at a time, so that's why it's best to have the 30% booster. Now the reason why it's best to have the XP boost on over any other training manual is that when you reach level 40, you're going to end up getting rid of this Chocobo anyway. So when you reach level 40, you will unlock a new quest to breed this Chocobo and get a brand new one, and it will replace the one you already have. So for that reason, I say don't spend too much MGP upgrading your base Chocobo stats unless you really need to. Always head into a race first, see how you're performing, and if you find out you're losing, yes, then upgrade it. But generally, don't waste too much MGP on upgrading it because this Chocobo is just designed to be thrown away anyway. I am going to do a separate video for breeding Chocobos, so keep an eye on the channel for that one. Just a quick tip for you, the more you upgrade your Chocobo, the higher your Chocobo rating becomes. And the higher rating your Chocobo is, the different types of class race you're going to be entered. As you can see here on the screen, my Chocobo has a rating of 116. So I'm currently racing in the R120 class, which puts the NPC Chocobos at a variance of 101 to 120. So ideally I want to upgrade my Chocobo up to level 119 to make it the best in class without having to skip over to the next class. Now the higher class you race in, the more MGP rewards you're going to get. If you're looking to win as many races as possible and level up as quickly as you can, my advice is to keep rerunning Segoli Road. And the reason is simply that Segoli Road has the shortest length, meaning that you don't have to spend a ton of MGP upgrading your stamina to win a really long race. Well, that's all I have to show you for now, guys. Come back to the channel when you reach level 40, as I'm going to upload a separate guide on what to do there and how to breed your Chocobo. I'll see you in the next one.